viewer, welcome to Multimedia Plus online television and welcome to another edition of our broadcast. Top stories in this edition. Muslims around the world will start observing the holy month of Ramadan on the 24th of April amidst the corona pandemic. The president of the Sierra Leone Bar Association, Robert Kowa, has called on the government and the EOC to help lessen the crowd in court buildings across the country. The Deputy Mayor of Freetown, Usman Tolokoma, has denied allegations levied against the Freetown City Council. Kids Advocacy Network launches its online reading and comprehension clubs for girls. The Deputy Mayor of Freetown, Usman Tolokoma, donates COVID-19 kits to community members of Ward 404. And Healthy Living Organization supports Kube community with COVID-19 kits. And now for the news in details. Ramadan is observed every year in late April and some other times in early May. However, due to the outbreak of the coronavirus pandemic, this year's Ramadan won't be similar to previous years. My colleague Audra Sano sent in this report, read in our studios by Fatmata Binta Jallo.
As Muslims the world over, for the holy month of Ramadan, the 9th month in the Muslim lunar calendar, this year Ramadan will most certainly be a less festive time amid the coronavirus pandemic as all nations, including Muslims ones, take precautions to curb the spread of the virus by banning or limiting social gatherings and closing mosques. Muslims in Sierra Leone, however, expressed their views on the issue.
The Egodos used to say not to normal times. Normal times, okay, but when this corona comes, then the restrictions, then they pan the mosques, you just get forbidden. As a Muslim, you just get forbidden, behave well and behave in the sense that is, we abstain from coming to the mosque. You know the kind of mosque, but we pray individually and we host them at the end of the day. Now the same, God will answer we. Any side we in a hollow ground where you call God, God will answer you. Say there half Muslims and they are we in a fast month, no more than to pray or fast month. No. But we as like me, Alaji, we at least not somebody important in Islam, and you just get for pray. You just get for fast. Now obligatory for you for fast. No matter whatever crisis there in the world, or within a saloon, or within all over the world, as long as you physically okay, you can pray any side, you can not feel any side.
We feel too hard because we're too sorry. The months, now the only months this way God they provide for who they na mosque, so they live the people and they bring sacrifice and they bring eat where self they survive. But if we can't do so now, this year we they cry there and it because I will get for facing this month. You see, we they look into the government. We're not looking to God and the government now. Make the Bible look and sorry for we.
Alhaji Al-Hussein Sisi, an elder at the Central Mosque in Freetown, said that because of the present crisis in the country, some Muslims will prefer not to fast because over the years, it has been a tradition that people come to the mosque to break their fast. Some can't afford to provide for themselves and then called on government to consider these set of people.
The mosques don't affect all over this country. This coronavirus violence from we come, this come in this country. We get message from the able chief imam when Sek Amatijan Silla. We can tell you say this coronavirus, but we don't say for lock the mosques. Say this will don't come from the government for lock the mosques. Nobody know for the no one crowd, the no one anything where they affect we because this is not for we and this not to foresee not for any bad not for we for not for we get spare body we get this thing from the government outside So now for that one, they see the mosque empty. From that time, they block the mosque. No, they see person. No, they see. Now this Ramadan they cancel. We say for Monawi. And I don't know how to say it because now people don't use Ghana the mosque. We nafila, we cut fast. If we can get some people when they come for cut fast na the mosque there, and people them all what is evident they can na the mosque, and they no get but they can na mosque, then cut fast. So this year I don't know how thing for be. Because in the way we pass in the street, we go to sec, how this year, how this year for day. We not get no say for go cut fast, we not go know what to say, we not get say for go pray. And I say, well, now they would put into the government, or they say everybody for pray in house. So right now, I doubt it anybody they pray in house, now they can mosque. So if you God Almighty Allah make we get any word from the government, where they say allow this, or allow do that, and then they list in that message.
However, Sierra Leone continues to record more cases of the coronavirus pandemic. Nonetheless, Muslims tend to wait for the new month's moon to appear, and this year Ramadan begins on Friday, April 24, 2020. Reporting for Multimedia Plus Online TV, I am Fatmata Binta Jallo.
The Deputy Mayor, Usman Tolo Koma, has said the allegation levied against the Freetown City Council with regards to 350 million loans given to them by the Guarantee Trust Bank for the fight against COVID-19 is misappropriated is untrue. Anthony Vandi has the story.
In an interview with Multimedia Plus Online Television, the Deputy Mayor of Freetown, Usman Tolo Koma, has said that, like any other organization, donation has been made by different sets of people to the Freetown City Council for onward distribution in the fight against the COVID-19. According to Usman Tolo Koma, allegations that the sum of 350 million loans was given to the council by GT Bank as part of their effort in the fight against COVID-19 is not true, but rather a blind check of the said amount was handed over to the Emergency Operations Center, EOC.
Them private investors like GT Bank, for example, let's say came up, I remember one time, then give it some donations where some people say they look for misunderstand that particular area. They were feel safe for clarifying today. Listeners, they make one listen properly and learn from this one, because Nami self the deputy mayor of Freetown, Nami represents the mayor for receiving the donation na EOC. The EOC means Emergency Operations Center, we headed by retired Brigadier Kelly Conte, Lakokri. Well, on the event where you go for hand over the thing, GT Bank, the managing director for GT Bank, of course, the chairman for the board at GT Bank, we all be did it together for hand over the consignments they are. Well, then we get like 350 million euros cash, but in check, then put her in a blind check. That is the symbolic handing over that they did. Then put her in a blind check with the hand over to Kelly Conte. Me will part of the blind check. Kelly Conte will be part of the blind check. Who gets the photos, the picture of that particular event day. So after which, then we get 25 hand washing machines for sanitizers, 25 hand washing machines and 1,000 hand sanitizers for Freetown City Council for fix them like key areas them within the city. So after that, Kelly Conte thank you for GT Bank for the good work we do for member we at this particular crucial time, and myself as representing the mayor, I thank you on behalf of the mayor and the people of Freetown for GT Bank for member at this particular time, and not only first time this GT Bank will support we. Okay. You can remember we're gonna Badin Road, one of the area the way GT Bank beautify that they run about, then get their own pathway, then do the then beautify it, and spend good money for make the looks of that particular area they become very fantastic for the people. That's the areas the way GT Bank will support we. So we and them we work together. So if they can remember we at this particular crucial time again, by this corona, we will all know say like a threat so life in the city, now the country, they can remember we for supporting people within the city. I think saying that people away for appreciating, tell them thank you, and we assure them say the property them will use them judiciously accordingly. How then give you for? So that the donation has been separated clearly, categorically. The liquid cash they go to EOC.
We had
When at 350 million, they go to EOC. And the consignment of materials, which is 25 hand washing machine tanks and 1,000 hand sanitizers, they go to Freetown City Council for put in strategic locations inside the city. That is it. But the only thing I'm now, after the donation, after they don't announce the donation, they accept, don't bless. Kelly Conte be request say the entire bulk of the donation will go back to EOC for record purposes. They need to get a pictorial evidence, they need to take records, blah blah blah. Well, we not deny we left the thing, everything that. But later, then bring and come back to we. And yes, then bring and come back to we, and we did the distributions. I think say
excluding
yes,
the money.
yeah, not so we get the money, then they get the money. Okay. Now the goods that we take, we distribute them all over. The check up the money there to them. Then they get some. As I said, the donation in twofold. The cash now for EOC, the materials are for we.
He went on to state that all council received was 25 hand washing machines and 1,000 hand sanitizers. The deputy mayor, however, called on people not to misunderstand the role and responsibility of the council and that of the EOC. Reporting for Multimedia Plus Online Television, I am Anthony Vandi.
The Sierra Leone Bar Association has through a press release called on the government of Sierra Leone and the EOC to implement policies that will ensure civil matters in courts be adjourned to a period of 1 month to lessen the crowd in court buildings all over the country. I engaged Robert Kowa, a president of the Bar Association. He spoke more to me in this interview.
Firstly, we have asked the government and the authorities responsible, that is the EOC, to combat this particular virus to see how best they can implement policies and enforce or encourage people to use face masks in public places. Secondly, we are also recommending that we have a 14-day lockdown so that we would allow the medical personnel to effectively carry out their work in trying to combat this virus and trying to see how best they can curtail the spread of it. They may have to do testing, they may have to do tracing, and other things that is responsible for the spread of the virus. So we are asking for a 14-day lockdown. And in that respect, we are of the opinion that this has been the advice of medical personnel globally. So that is why we are also asking and recommending that this be implemented. We are also asking that civil matters in court be adjourned for a period of 1 month so that we lessen the crowd in the court building all over the country. Criminal matters, they may proceed, but with strict regulations as advised by governments and other medical personnel. This will help in curtailing the spread of the virus. And above all, we are sending a message to the security personnel to ensure that they treat people with dignity during this period. We are all stressed in Sierra Leone, and we are all in need of one thing or the other. So in implementing some of these policies, I think they have to treat people with dignity. We've seen this situations wherein during the last lockdown and possibly sometimes with this curfew, people are being embarrassed, whether they are in breach of the lockdown regulation or whether they are in breach of the curfew or whatever. But I don't think there is any measure put in place to deal with people by punishing them on the streets. That is totally wrong, and it's a violation of their rights. The personnel should treat individuals, citizens and non-citizens who are residents in Sierra Leone with dignity. If they say the curfew it starts at 9 and you are caught outside after 9 o'clock, I think there are ways that they could tell you to go home, or if you resist, they could, try to see how best they will implement the laws. We have laws in this country. It's not a lawless country. But to tell somebody, you come here and they lie down and they start flogging you, no, that is totally unacceptable.
Kids Kids Advocacy Network has officially launched its online reading and comprehension club for schoolgirls. This event took place at SLAJ headquarters at Campbell Street. Omohawa Dumbia was in attendance and reports.
Kids Advocacy Network, CAN, an organization that caters and advocates for the welfare of kids across the country, has officially launched its online reading and comprehension clubs for girls. Alfred Ture, the school coordinator for CAN, said that the initiative is catering for school-going girls because they are the most vulnerable during short crises due to past experience of the Ebola outbreak. Fode Kuyate is the Regional Secretary General of the Sierra Leone Teachers Union, SLTU. Whilst making a statement, said that the union is aware of challenges and that during the Ebola outbreak in the country, a good number of girls became pregnant. Thus, the need for an early sensitization amongst girls in Sierra Leone.
Online teaching in reading and comprehension. We consider it our business. And so as an organization, we are willing and we are ready to partner Kids Advocacy Network to make sure that this project becomes a success. 51% of our country's population are women and girls. And we all know this global pandemic, COVID-19, is ravaging the entire world. And so it's a challenge for our girls in schools because schools have indefinitely closed down and government has not given us a date when schools will be open. And so it's a very big challenge for our girls because we all know when we had the Ebola crisis in our country, a good number of our girls became pregnant.
The Deputy Director for the Ministry of Social Welfare, Madam Wokia Conte, said that a good number of girls dropped out of school during the Ebola outbreak, but some of them were reinstated. This was done through the learning centers and memorandum of understanding signed with the head of schools and the then Ministry of Education. She commended CAN for such an initiative, describing it as important and timely.
Enabling the children to exercise their brains, enabling them to acquire some of the skills in interrogating situations, because comprehension is really about interrogating, situations. They will be able to apply those skills to their personal lives, to situations that they will encounter. And for me, that is what will actually equip them to handle difficult situations. And I think that is what is needed at this time. I'm very pleased about what they will learn, how they will adapt, how it will build their skills and knowledge to grow, to be very resilient young people, because that is what they need. I want to add very resilient young people.
It is worth noting that over 500 pupils are already part of the initiative, and it is targeting school-going girls across the country from JSS 1 to SSS 3. And the whole process will be monitored by CAN nationwide. Reporting from
The Deputy Mayor, Usman Tolokoma, has donated about 100 Veronica buckets, sanitizers, soap to the people of Ward 404, Karabatong, for the fight against the COVID-19. Let's join my colleague Anthony Vandi for more on the story.
The Deputy Mayor for Freetown, Usman Tolokoma, whilst making the donation that includes Veronica buckets and other condiments to the community leader of Ward 404, said that such move is geared towards implementing government efforts in the fight against the deadly corona pandemic. As he then called on the community members to take precautions and prevent any further spread of the disease.
And let me take up the precautions of it. If I was young, to soap and water regularly, you get for support them with the issues there, with the proper the condiment, where you go make that practice happen. And because of that, now make Odea, we don't preach, we don't hold quiet meetings, for talk to Una. And most of Una all I don't accept the message clearly. But what you need now, Now for support to that, with the things them we did for push the ocean facility, with the ocean program go before. For that reason there, I thought of it say what powerful. And now they are there, now I come out before I go cancel. And if we don't throw the length and breadth of freetown for support people then, what about what for? And white man says now he say charity begins at home. If you don't go any side you left your home, and the government tell you see no place like home.
The chairlady of the Olwaf, Madam Marie Jallo, and the chairman of the Handicap Action Movement, Abu White Koroma, both expressed thanks and appreciation to the deputy mayor, reassuring him that the materials will be used for the intended purpose.
We are not for just hoping and now for make sure that they water they every day. Because what you do, well body, they say agency. If this day then you don't want to not give you for pina, then you make sure that say every day water they. The deputy mayor himself, let make sure that you go to invite them people who want them for ask them how the robber they. And himself, let go to them and the community they put them. Because on Monday when they get today, and today go here, where you go you put that down.
When you prepare yourself better than cure. If I like you go don't prepare yourself before anything can you don't go prepare you again. So I advise everybody, this guy he look ginger anyway. We all not freedom now. Look the amount of people that already killed.
It was, however, stated that different organizations like Jolex Manufacturing Sierra Leone, Brewery Limited, Honorable Dr. Umfasuri Kamara, Troitrams and the Freetown City Council supported the drive, and the consignment were officially handed over by the Deputy Mayor to Chief Yabum Capri Kamara of Consider Lane, Calbaton. Reporting for Multimedia Plus Online Television, I am Anthony Vandy.
If you're just tuning in, this news is coming to you from Multimedia Plus Online Television. We will now go for a short break. Stay glued.
The package if you get even the haters testify, called the man when I was amateur. Couldn't holler them, my team is vicious fever, the Taliban. The game don't see.
The boy Caldanero, man, live and direct, man, within our studio, man. You know what I mean? Kiss the Throne EP coming. I just kindly want to freestyle. Now this is very good studio. The setup is good. Emanize and Django. Shout out to Una. Proud of what Una they do. You know, we need more of this in the industry.
Hey, this is Emerson, the last man standing. Of course, we're right here at Multimedia Plus. And we had a great session, and come check it out. It's a great studio, you know, great sounds, great producer, and support your own saloon content. Sugar Entertainment at Multimedia Plus. Peace.
Welcome back to Multimedia Plus Online Television. As we continue with the rest of our broadcast, Healthy Living Challenge, a non-governmental organization, has donated COVID-19 kits to residents at Kube community. Fatmata Binta Jallo reports.
Healthy Living Organization, a non-governmental organization that is made up of young ladies supporting vulnerable people in deprived communities, has donated COVID-19 kits to residents at the Kube community. Whilst making the donation, the founder of the Healthy Living Challenge organization, Bintu Bangura, said that as an organization, they thought it fit that they must give their own support to deprived communities during this period, stressing on the importance of taking preventive measures as outlined by healthcare professionals.
For try and see how we could help fight this COVID-19. Not able to get medication for her right now, we understand, say, we can do certain things the way we prevent you not forget her. One, I like forgot to hand, and then I make it out from the water and protect them. Or go on a way for this side, now spot them, where people like to game or encourage them for what they are. Secondly, we know say we should use masks, we don't the area, but it's not available to everybody. And the one that way they come out, where they import, we know say they in scarcity right now, not there now. And if it's there, it's there. So that I make you decide to make more masks then from the community. And as time goes on, we will carry more masks because we know that it's not enough. But before we get found, we not be done doing research properly. we not be also divided into 5 zones. But now, I think so we don't get the leader where na equal get for the allocate mass members in the come with them. Probably we not go able to call this kind meeting again for subsequent donations we will give. But like this is just a starting point. So I know say when I get an organization where they get to my attack. When I get people where they member we not get nobody in approve it. But we are all Sierra Leonean. If something touch you, it don't touch me. If something touch me, it don't touch me family. And so on and so forth. So this is small thing also like for self get, and as I told you before, we don't get nobody who we partner with. Now basically contribution from all of we in IASO. Because we are an organization where we set up for the future. For now we go able to say, okay, we want for the Sierra Leoneans and they live a healthy life through eating right, for eating right things, for exercise, and for take certain precautions there for not get sick. And they educate people about certain sickness where they don't know about or whether they pay attention to.
Whilst receiving the donation, the local chief within the community, Chief Pa Almami Conte, thanked the organization for their kind gesture, stating that there is the need for more sensitization on preventive ways of curbing the disease, calling on the government and other advocacy groups not to relent on the fight against the COVID-19.
Everybody will be faithful. A big thing, as the foundation will tell me, health, living, challenge. So when I get this kind good offer, when I remember the poor side, when I come for kind give this donation, to we foresee that we like them secured, like COVID, that and give that benefits. So I commend Una, also with the government, I commend the good team where they implement for the safety of all Sierra Leoneans. So I hope this will continue so that the aim we get for the country is better for we go out before we will get them. So tell Una thank you, Una the Soriat people. But to we are, for now we able to tap this sick, no extend the car with the trial so daytime. I want to also fight and back for the night. Because to me observation, I dey see say one bedroom or one mosquito net is like about 4 or 5 people in the city. When they talk about social distance, the social distance will only prevent them eating. But the night is like the big area. With the extend breathing together, sweat, all the sweat together. So we plead and call the government and Una the Soriat organization for now to look inside that area at the back.
Other members within the organization made their contributions as they promised to visit from time to time and continue the sensitization as a way of complementing government effort and the fight against the deadly coronavirus pandemic. Reporting for Multimedia Plus Online TV, I am Fatmata Binta Jallo.
As we continue to take precautions to prevent the spread of the coronavirus, let's take some health advice on preventive ways of keeping ourselves safe. Well, that's all we have time for in today's news broadcast on Multimedia Plus Online Television. But before we close, here's a recap of the headlines. Muslims around the world will start observing the holy month of Ramadan on the 24th of April amidst the corona pandemic. The president of the Sierra Leone Bar Association, Robert Kowa, has called on the government and the EOC to help lessen the crowd in court buildings across the country. The Deputy Mayor of Freetown, Usman Tolokoma, has denied allegation levied against the Freetown City Council. Kids Advocacy Network launches its online reading and comprehension clubs for girls. The Deputy Mayor of Freetown, Usman Tolokoma, donates COVID-19 kits to community members of Ward 404. And Healthy Living Organization supports Kube community with COVID-19 kits. Well, that's how we draw down the curtains for today's broadcast. Do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Multimedia Plus Online Television for more updates, news broadcasts, programs, and interviews. We're also on Facebook at Multimedia Plus. Please visit, like, and share our page. Until we meet again next time, I have been your presenter, Lucy Emanet Aliu. Stay home, stay safe.